Earlier this year, um, me, my cousin, and a couple of my homeboys, we were on, I believe we were on my PlayStation. We were in like a group chat and we were just talking casually. And I mentioned that I was interested in finding a church. That's kind of where I've been in my spirit and my mind as of the last maybe like 6, 7, 8 months. I've been kind of toiling with that idea because I do have a desire for a closeness to God. I've always had that, and I've always felt like I've had a relationship or some sort of line of communication with what I believe to be God all of my life, right? But I had a desire for a little bit more of a structure. I remember I went over another friend's house, and me and him were over there just kicking it. We were actually about to we were actually about to do some shrooms for the first time, and his wife was there getting ready to leave. I think this was a Sunday morning. She was getting ready to leave to go to church, and that kind of spawned a conversation about her church, her pastor, and how my homeboy felt that her particular church was sort of like very pure in their intentions. They're not greedy. They're new. The pastor was pretty young and he was like passionate about the word and he had a unique way of teaching it. And that's kind of what I desire. Years ago, I went to a church that was run by a guy who was pretty young. He was probably early 40s at the time. This was well over 10 years ago, though. He was probably early 40s, late 30s, or something like that. While at the time, I was early 20s. And it was the first time that I had really seen something like that because all the churches that I had attended in my lifetime were pretty much all ran by women. There was mostly women attendees. There wasn't a strong male presence in any of the churches that I can personally remember attending in my many years of going to church. As an adult, I just kind of want to run you through my history. As an adult, I haven't really been to church much. I was going to church in my early 20s, late teens, because I had a girlfriend who was like kind of heavy into it. And I, kind of just wanted to be around her. And she invited me to the church. And the music is what really kept me there. But to be totally honest, I never really felt the feeling that I was looking for at that particular church. Um, it always felt like more of a production, more of a show than it did feel like I was being taught something. Not to say that I didn't learn anything, but I think you understand what I mean. It felt like more like it felt more kind of like I don't know how to say this. I'm trying not to be disrespectful, but hold on, let me change this. I'm gonna mess up the lighting right quick. I'm trying not to be disrespectful in the way that I frame this, but it didn't really feel like there was much care being put into allowing us to ascend in our understanding of the word in this Bible or having a greater relationship with God. That's just not the feeling that I got, from there. But like I said, when I went to this other church we were visiting, and there was a male preacher, he was, masculine, strong male type that I identified with. And the way that he preached kind of invigorated me and it energized me in a way that I have not felt since. Um, in saying that I was interested in finding a church, that's sort of the thing that I was looking for. To wrap this all back around, when I said this in the friend group on our group chat, my cousin laughed because he thought I was joking, because he knows me enough to know that I don't really like church like that. So when I said it, he laughed. Not that, he wasn't trying to make fun of me, but he laughed because he just thought that I was playing because he knows how I feel because it's the same way that he feels. Um, and he actually did a video about this Marvin Sapp thing that you see to the right. He did a video about this and it kind of inspired me to do my video because I had planned to. But he laughed, right? And upon him laughing, I was like, no, I'm serious. And he was like, oh, like, and I had to explain, like, yeah, man, I do have this desire to be taught the word, because reading it for yourself or going to watch YouTube videos is kind of a disconnected experience, especially when you're trying to gain exterior perspectives. You know, I have watched YouTube videos of sort of deciphering the Bible, or Instagram videos. I've spoken with friends, but those friends are not really well versed in the Bible the way that a pastor would be. So I'm looking for that sort of perspective, someone who's well versed in the word and also real enough to not play the games. And I don't know where to find that. You know, I have a mom and an auntie and people that are into it, and that I could talk to all day long, but it's nothing like being able to identify with your teacher. You know, it's nothing like it. Um, and then to come across a video like this, I'm rambling for 6 minutes. I'm sorry, but um, I just wanted to give this sort of preface to let you know the way that my mind analyzed this video when I saw it. So without further ado, for anybody who doesn't know, Marvin Sapp basically shook down his congregation, um, like the piece of shit that he is. So let's get to the video.
Close the doors for me for a quick moment. I want everybody to remain standing quickly. How many of y'all really received something from the word of the Lord tonight? Listen, when you study scripture, you will notice that whenever God did something in the lives of the patriarchs of old, the patriarchs would pause, they would set up an altar, and they would offer up sacrifice. I asked each and every one of you, how many of y'all received something from the word of the Lord? Everyone in this place said these words: I did. Because of your acknowledgement of what God did in word, there is an obligation that is attached to that acknowledgement. In biblical days, they offered livestock, grain. That was a type of currency. Note, if you will, I did not say money. I said currency.
Bro, no, hold on. No.
For at least one.
What the fuck do that mean? I was going to let this whole video play through, but fuck it. What do that mean? Notice I didn't say money. What do you mean you didn't say money? What else are they supposed to put in the goddamn basket? Are they supposed to put notes in the basket? Are they supposed to give you gifts? You can't pay that motherfucker. You can't fuel that jet. You can't, I don't know what kind of watch that is on your wrist, but I would imagine it's probably a Rollie, nigga. You can't cop Rollies with no motherfucking well wishes. What, you wanted to put balloons in the basket? What do you mean you didn't say money? A nigga said currency. Hold on, let me go back. Maybe I'm stupid.
And this is what God is saying for at least 1,000 of you in the building. And this is simple. I'm not going to challenge you the way Bishop did, but I know that there's 1,000 individuals under the sound of my voice that can do what I'm about to challenge you all to do.
Hold on, gang.
In word, there is an obligation that is attached to that acknowledgement. In biblical days,
since I'm interrupting the video, the nigga starts off by saying, how many of you have received something from the Lord tonight? So it's like you talking to niggas like they're stupid, like you're trying to soften the blow. Like, now, how many of y'all did I do something for? How many of y'all received something from the Lord through me preaching tonight? So I need you to pay me back. Nigga, church, man, dog. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, dog. Church is supposed to be a community center. Church is supposed to be a safe haven. Church is supposed to be somewhere for you to go to learn, to be taught, to be safe, to have communion with their people. Church is supposed to be an experience of the spiritual kind. It is not supposed to be a direct exchange. I don't have to pay you per word. I don't have to pay you to teach me, nigga. The reason that the government gives the church all these fucking tax havens is for exactly that reason. It's because you're not supposed to be monetizing and take advantage of your fucking congregation. The government is already taking care of you on the back end. I'm not saying you don't have bills, and I know that any building is going to cost. Anything that is physical that has to be maintained is going to cost in this society. I know that. But don't frame it in the very beginning of your little speech like we owe you for teaching us. No, you owe us for us allowing you to set up shop and build a church in our community, nigga. It's not the other way around. Because if we really being real, we can burn this bitch to the ground today. You know, the people of the community decide what's to be allowed in their community, which is the same argument that I have when it comes to these liquor stores being ran by Chaldeans and Arab men that don't respect black women or black men or black children. The same thing New Era Detroit is on. You come in the neighborhood and we allow you to survive and live here or have a business here. You better fucking respect the people that patronize your business every day. The church is not exempt from that. The rules apply to you too. We don't got to pay you for you to come down here and teach, nigga. I don't know where this church is, and I really don't give a fuck where the church is. My point is, you're not supposed to be taking advantage of these people just because you need something. You're not going to guilt trip niggas in this. Like, what? Bro,
They offered livestock, grain. That was a type of currency. Note, if you will, I did not say money.
So he want niggas to put grain in the bucket. I could put some wheat. I could put some wheat in the bucket. I could put some seeds in the bucket, gang. Or do you want this motherfucking money? Or is that what you're looking for? Notice I didn't say money. I said currency. All right. So what else could I give you? You want me to put a Rolex in the bin? Fuck.
I said currency. And this is what God is saying for at least 1,000 of you in the building. And this is simple. I'm not going to challenge you the way Bishop did. But I know that there's 1,000 individuals under the sound of my voice that can do what I'm about to challenge you all to do. This is simple. 1,000 people giving what I'm about to challenge will be $20,000.
This ain't nothing but lubing you up.
1,000 people giving what I'm about to challenge you all to do
for the penetration
will be $20,000. Now, for those of us who are on the dais, I'm taking you higher, so put it back.
They're all them niggas to me. Let's go back a little bit. All these niggas in the background to me.
Higher, so put it back.
All these niggas. Male and female. All these niggas is cowards. All you niggas is cowards. And the ushers too. Because y'all laughing. Let's go back. You see the old man laughing? Yeah, right there in the blue suit. My man's laughing. He said, that's some, oh, this nigga tripping, but I ain't about to say nothing type shit. I'm taking you higher. Now, I know, I'm sure everybody up there on that pulpit, this is nothing new to them. Because if my limited experience with church, if this is not foreign to me, I'm sure it's not foreign to them. Because they're probably all grifters in their own right anyway. But he putting the pressure on their ass too. He said, I'm taking y'all higher. And they all standing there like, well, I guess we just about to get fucked.
I'm a strong believer that leaders lead not only in time, not only in talent, but also in treasure.
All this guilt tripping.
Leaders lead in time, talent, and treasure.
Yeah.
I was
Uh-huh.
taught a long time ago that it costs to sit up here.
Why?
There's 1,000 of you. I said,
Why? Why? Why it costs to sit up there? Is this the mob? Is this the five families? Why do it cost to sit up there? Aren't they working for you? They don't carry their weight. And if they don't carry their weight, why are they up there? Why do it cost to sit up there? Is this a what is this? Is this a secret society? And this is the very thing that's kept me away from church. I tried, bro. I went a lot. I've gone many times and it never felt right. And that was the true feeling that I had inside of me that I tried to bury and ignore every Sunday. It don't feel right. I don't like it because I feel like I'm being uh emasculated. I feel like I'm being punked. I feel like I'm being forced to do something. What if I'm in church and I'm dirt poor and I'm here because if I didn't come today, I was going to blow my motherfucking head off? What if that's the reason that I'm here? What if, because no one is exempt, what if I've fallen on financial hardship? I just don't like the way that they're positioning people or they're pressing up against people with this shit, this language. You're like trying to guilt people or you're trying to you're lathering them up for the fucking. You know what I'm saying? You just oiling them on up for the fucking. It costs to sit up here and you lead with their dollar or whatever the fuck he just said.
talent, and treasure. I was taught a long time ago that it costs to sit up here. There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sowed and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving.
He is talking to these niggas like they little niggas. It costs to sit up here. So basically, if you don't give up this $100, you got to get the fuck out of here. You got to get on. Get down. Huh? My seat is for sale in the kingdom of God. My seat is for sale. Huh? Listen, I try my best to be respectful of all perspectives. I try my best to be respectful of all dogmas and creeds or whatever, right? I try my best. But some shit I don't agree with. But here's what I'll say. If you do disagree with me and I'm speaking in error in your opinion, feel free. Leave me a comment and let me know where I'm wrong. Is this normal? Does it say that you're supposed to do this in the Bible? I'm not being facetious. I'm not trying to be funny. Are you supposed to do this? I've always heard of the 10% rule and all of that sort of shit. But he ain't asking for 10%. He's damn near not asking anything. He's telling niggas, close the doors. Close the doors. So what do that mean? If I'm in the congregation, me, my wife, my two sons, and I get up, hypothetically, and I get up and I attempt to leave, what is your usher gonna do? What your usher gonna do? Your usher gonna tell me to sit back down, or he's gonna forcefully stop me from leaving? Is that what he's supposed to do? Ushers, close the door. Let's just get through the video so I can play this other video.
Tangibly, just put your hand on take your phone and stick it on the bucket. Shh. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. This is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving. I'm about to go get in my truck. I'm going to my hotel. I got me some fruit. I'm doing fruit now. Fruit and water. I'm trying to look at us. Yeah. Now after you come up here, you can open the doors.
Man, listen, bro. Listen. Look in the background. Nigga, you could pay by calling the telephone number. If your granny, I don't want to hear that you don't got no smartphone, bitch. You know how to call, though. So if you ain't got Cash App or PayPal, you better get your bitch ass on the phone, granny, and pay what you owe. Them niggas thought of everything. I remember when that used to be I don't got no cash. Now niggas got credit card machines and pay and cash apps and shit, man. Listen, I'm not saying that's inherently evil. I'm not saying it's evil to have a cash app. I got a cash app. I take tips from my customers all the time, right? I've never pressured niggas. I ain't never not one time said, yeah, feel free to tip when you go. I never have said that. I've had niggas tip me pretty well, and that was just out of the kindness of their own hearts, right? I got a cash app. I throw my cash app up on my Instagram and all that. Feel free. I should throw the motherfucker in this video if you feel like sending a nigga something. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never going to guilt trip a nigga into doing it. And that's not in any capacity. I don't give a fuck what I do. I done plenty of shit for people that I ain't never asked a dime for. That go from jumping car batteries to taking motherfuckers places to helping motherfuckers in grocery store. I done paid for people's groceries in the grocery store. I done bought people food standing in the pizza place, bought people food. I never was like, yeah, feel free to pay it forward to me the next time you see me or no shit like that. I'm not doing that. I don't give a fuck what I do for you. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. But I guess it's not meant for me to understand because I'm not a goddamn grifter. And that's what this is to me. It's not about, as far as I know, Jesus used to hold church outside. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not a biblical scholar. It's not my bag. But as far as I know, Jesus would hold church outside. And as far as I know, the definition of church is a gathering of people. It isn't even a place. Y'all niggas already got the wrong idea. And this is my issue with church to begin with. You want to be organizers. You want to be synergizers. But you don't know how to do that. You don't even know how to get your community involved. You just build a big sparkling palace, and if we build it, they'll come head ass. You don't even know how to organize. You don't even know how to get your people involved. Salvation ain't the goal. It's a cycle, and it's monthly. Because just like me and you, their bills are due every month. The nigga, I believe that was Creflo Dollar, the nigga said, I need another jet. What do you need a jet? I'm not going to say what do you need a jet for, period. But what do you need another jet for? You can have a jet. Cool. Especially if you bought that bitch yourself, which I don't know if he did or not. But if I was betting on it, I would say he did not. But what do you need another jet for? What is that for? Where's the humility at? Where is the person to person connection that you should be making? What is this? You know, this is an age old argument. This stuff has been talked about for decades and decades because the preacher being a grifter isn't a new concept. It's an old concept. It's a very old concept. Humility is supposed to be in here somewhere. You know, I'm not saying that the preacher can't have nice things. I'm not saying that they can't pull up the church in a Rolls Royce. I'm not saying they can't pull up the church in a Benz. I'm not saying that they can't be on a pulpit with a rollie on their wrist. We all like nice. We all like nice things, but in my opinion, which maybe doesn't count for much, you would think the idea would be to build all of your congregation up enough to where we all got rollies. The church is supposed to be a central hub. A church ain't even supposed to just be for the word, if you ask me. We supposed to be organizing and raising money for all of us. It's supposed to be a hub for the community. All of our rent money is supposed to be coming through this mug. Miss Johnson can't pay her rent this month. Let's take up an offering so we can pay her rent. I ain't never in my life heard that. Not once. Never. Never heard that. Because it ain't for the community. It's not for them. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but I'm saying in my time in church, I have never seen that. Let's take a collection so we could cover, um, Miss Linda's medical bills, or her car got repoed. Let's come up with the $600 we need to get that motherfucker out of impound and to be current on her payments or whatever. Never in my life heard that shit. Wishful thinking. I'm sorry for the rant, but I do want to switch to this other video. I think this shit is ridiculous if I haven't made that clear. But I'm going to play, I'm not even going to play the video itself. I'm going to play my cousin's reaction to this video. Because he pretty much summed up this shit. And I actually discovered this video from him. This is his page is Millionaire Money Minds. And I want to play this last part of his video.
Hallelujah. I'm good. I'm out. Peace.
I'm out. Peace. I'm good. I'm out. Peace. Yo. So, of course, there was a ton of backlash because in this day and age, this ain't like the days of old, 30, 40 years ago when your grandma and your mama was going to church. Now we got cameras. Now we have social media. Now there's a media presence that you have to deal with now these days, because what happens is your content gets recorded and gets put out there, and all of a sudden you viral for all the wrong reasons. So this goes viral. And Marvin Sapp never would have made it without your money. Marvin Sapp has to respond. So what does he do? He goes to fucking Ricky Smiley. He goes to Ricky Smiley. Of course he goes to Ricky Smiley. That's his boy. That's his homie. Another goofy-ass motherfucker, Ricky Smiley. He goes to Ricky Smiley, and he tries to smooth things over with the people.
People took issue with me saying shut the doors. Understand, I never said lock the doors. Yeah. I said shut the doors. Shutting doors mean that people still have the ability to go in and out.
My nigga. My nigga. My guy. Bro. Gang. I never said lock the doors. I said shut the doors. Niggas are real life children. children. You can't just be honest about the things that you said. You can't just be honest about the inference that you made by saying shut the doors. How are you sitting here telling niggas that you think people thought they had the freedom to come and go as they please after you, the head and leader of this church, told your ushers to lock the doors? This is very mafia-like. Now you can't leave. You ever seen motherfucking Bronx Tale? You ever seen that? The nigga said, now you can't leave. That's what Marvin Sapp did to his congregation. What do you mean I said close the doors? Why would you even do that? That's threatening. It's threatening. If a nigga come in, let's say I'm in the studio. I'm an engineer. Let's say I'm in the studio. Me and my homeboy is sitting in the studio and a nigga say, he called me and say, man, let me pull up on you real quick. I wanted to talk to you. Let's negotiate this pricing for this album mix I want to do. I said, all right, pull up. He pulls up, he comes in, and I'm sitting there at my desk, and he's preaching to me about what he wants to pay, and we're negotiating back and forth. And then I tell my homeboy, hey, bro, go lock the door, or go close the door. I'm sorry. Let me get the verbiage right. Hey, bro, go close the door. You think the nigga that I'm talking to is not going to be like, what the fuck's going on here? Go close the door? What's about to happen? And what you going to do if I try to leave? Go close the door. Are you about to tell me a secret? My nigga? What's the secret? Who's listening? Go close the door? And then I'm imagining the ushers was kind of like, for what? And then he like closed the doors because the ushers are probably within themselves like, this is fucked up. This is fucked up. And just for the record, I want to say this too. I've been in church when this happened before. I don't know if it was for a collection, but I can't remember exactly what it was for. But I do remember standing up in church, looking at the motherfucking pulpit with the lady preacher or whatever you call her, the pastor, up there talking. And then they only had 2 doors. She told the ushers, close the doors and don't let nobody leave. Now I'm looking at the door and her ushers look like bouncers. Them wasn't no little niggas. I don't think that's a coincidence. She said, close the doors. And I saw a nigga try to leave. And the nigga was like, he looked at him like, you know you can't leave. Now I'm standing there as a man. My ego is talking to me saying I should go try to leave. Because I want to know what's going to happen when I tell you I'm leaving. The fuck you mean I can't leave? See, this is why motherfuckers don't go to church. This is why they don't go to church. Because I guarantee you, if I'm in there with my sons or my wife, and I go to leave and you strong arming me and my wife and my kids and telling us we sit back down, bro, I'm killing you. There's a chance you'll die. I'm not saying in church. I might just flatline your bitch ass in here. But depending on how you act in this moment is enough for me to feel like your life is on the line. You're not about to imprison my family in here. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not playing. I'm not joking. Because to me, that's a threat. And it's like, okay, well, if we do try to leave, what you gonna do? What is you about to do to my family? I didn't say close the doors. I didn't say lock the doors. I said close them. Niggas is children. You move the goalpost when it gets uncomfortable or when niggas is on your ass about it. You can't even own up and fess up to your own words, preacher. This shit is disgusting, my nigga. I hate this type of shit. I hate it.
They've taken issue with my tone. And I can honestly say, looking at the video, maybe I was a little more assertive than I should have been. And I can apologize for that. I can apologize for that. But three things I need to make sure people understood. Number one, the $40,000, if it was $40,000 that was raised, was never given to me. That money was raised for the purpose of taking care of the budget for their conference. Not.
Why? Listen, let's make.
I'm not even gonna let his shit play. I'm gonna just tell you, if you want to hear what he's about to say, please go check his page out, Millionaire Money Minds. If I remember, I'm gonna link that video below. But I think I've said everything I need to say. I don't think anybody with a fully functioning mind can disagree with at least some of the things that I'm saying, bro. This is not okay, my nigga. Because now it's like you lost the plot. You lost the plot, my nigga. You're supposed to be helping people, and now you have turned into motherfucking Michael Corleone. You turned into a fucking mobster telling niggas they can't leave, or you better give it. That's extortion, my nigga. That is called racketeering. I'm offering you protection in this neighborhood, and you better give us a percentage of your profits every month, or we're going to burn this bitch to the ground. That's essentially what this nigga's acting like. That's called racketeering, bro. That you do fair time for shit like that. But because it's Marvin Sapp, sissy ass, standing in front of a congregation with a goddamn purple silk shirt on or whatever the fuck he's wearing, it's okay. It's all right to shake niggas down. Imagine if I locked my clients in the studio and said, you're going to pay twice the motherfucking rate or you ain't leaving or I'm deleting your music. And the funny thing is, I know engineers, I don't know them personally, but I know of engineers that have done shit like that to people because they're trying to fuck this girl that they working with. The girl don't want to give up no coochie. So they tell her, look, you either fuck me or I'm deleting your music. And I'm not talking about one engineer. I'm not even talking about 2 or 3 engineers. I've had several women tell me shit like that. Man, that's called coercion, my nigga. That shit is illegal, bitch. But because you got a goddamn Bible in your hand, that shit's cool. Man, fuck niggas, bro. I don't give a fuck what you representing. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And don't threaten nobody telling them that they got to do some shit that you want them to do or else. Like, close the doors. Nigga, you not slow. You know what the fuck that's inferring. Man, I'm done, bro. This is Streams. I don't know what episode it is. It don't matter. Stop falling for this fucking shit. Think for yourself and stop being a motherfucking coward like all them niggas on that pulpit. Be your own man, especially if you a male watching this shit. You be your own man and you think for your fucking self and don't be afraid to die about some shit that you believe in. Fuck Marvin Sapp, nigga.